This is the Philippine Senate, and there are 24 seats in this chamber.
Madsen says there are areas where women are gaining ground, including a rise in women serving in mayoral roles. And 3 of Utah's 4 cities with populations over 100,000 people are now led by women.
Death to the dictator rang out across Iran for a 4th weekend in a row. While in this video shared with CBS News, schoolgirls chanted, "Woman, life, freedom."
We're saying enough to the use of sexist and racist name-calling and expletives.
Enough reporting on whether women are likable enough.
And enough discussion about a woman's looks or what she's wearing.
Rather than the substance of her policies or her qualifications to lead.
Because this isn't just about one election cycle. The pervasiveness of sexism in our political and public discourse infects not only how we think about women running for political office, but how we think about women leaders in every sector.
As years go by, most of us are used to seeing different types of men taking a seat to be a leader, to take place in the highest position one has to offer in our country, especially in our government. The Philippines is no excuse for that patriarchal approach, one that comes with the connotation of men can lead better, or somewhere in between the lines of men are more fit to do this job than a woman, whose sole role is to stay inside the house and serve. But what if women can do more, can be more? How will we know the capabilities of those overlooked if we do not give them the chance to have a seat? The lack of women participation and representation our government has never been more clear.
I actually saw a documentary on someone asking just random people on the streets, and then that certain person asked who will you vote for, and that person said that they're gonna vote for someone but a woman, and their reason was women should stay inside the households lang daw. If we elect a man into a political position, or for example in a government office, I think that its pros is that maraming people na mag-believe sa kanila. Why? Because considering the context that we have now, we live in a patriarchal society, and with that, people will easily follow them. Why? Because they're men.
In the very recent presidential election, 2,385 candidates running for executive and legislative across Mindanao's 27 provinces and 33 cities are made up of men, and only 482, or 20.2%, are women. This goes to show how our country is powered only by men. In the current term, only 14.8% are women in the governor sector, 15% for the congressional district representative, and 33.3% amongst the city mayors are led by women. That is only in Mindanao. Numbers never lie, and this goes to show how underrepresented women are in our government with the little to no participation they have. Is it really because society already has its input into what women are, what their supposed role is? Why is it hard for us to give women the chance? What stops people from giving them a place in leading our country?
Maybe because of a stigma and stereotyping, because in our society we tend to overlook women in their capabilities. That since ay babae ka man, di mo kaya. Parang, even as a man, I can understand that what the misogyny that they are going through, because I also experience I don't know the term for male misogyny, but something like that. It's not good to be discriminated because of your gender, because of who you are, and so people will tend to overlook who you really are, and they think that you don't know that they know, like something like that. They don't know that you are capable of doing anything, because gender is not the one that should be hindering us from doing anything. I think the one that should be a basis is our capability as people.
So it is really important to vote for someone who really knows the technicalities of their job.
Women still need to fight for a place in this government. They continue to rise from above to show a proper representation of what they are, what they can, and what they will be in this country. We need to have more women to sit down and be a beacon of hope, those who are compassionate, those who extend their help to people with open arms.
But I don't think that it is really important to look at the gender, kasi regardless, someone can lead. The problem with this is that we feel like lang na men are better because we live in a patriarchy.
It's been very obvious. The people tend to lean more towards men in power because society told us that they can and have the right amount of authority and they can stand whatever is thrown at them. And women can't. We can start changing the image women have. We can try opening our eyes and try to listen as to what the people need.
It's hard because you could compete. You could be as good as them. But people look at you as a lesser person compared to men. If there are more representations in the government for women, because women uses their heart than men. So laws might be tempered. There are hard laws that could be tempered by women. But because they are not well represented, then that will go back to the societal mindset that women are just women. They are lesser than men. So even in the votation, people would vote men other than women.
It's obvious. Finding a spot in a place that you do not have one is hard, but women continue to fight. They have their chin held up high, shoulders straight, ready to start a revolution. A world that isn't afraid to let women have power, sitting down in a position they work so hard for. Contrary to what society has to offer, women are not just women. They are not just compassionate and empathetic. They can be bold, strong, and straightforward. Women can be the leader of a pack, but as we continue to wonder, giving them a chance wouldn't hurt that much, won't it? Because they are women.